Welcome, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to Facebook Live. It is the 27th of April. It's the 27th of August, year 2025. Welcome. We were just talking right before the live session. We were talking about fall weather starting everywhere, so it's getting cooler. So hoping everybody's enjoying a few drops in temperature. And bless you, Patricia. And let me start with welcoming the panel. We have April here. April is a psychic, a medium. She has quite a few modalities of healing under her, and she actually provides counseling services as well. So if anybody wants to have a one-on-one session with April, please do. If you want a psychic reading or just general advice, please contact April, message her on Messenger. Good evening, April. Thank you for being with us. Grateful for your presence here. And then we have Patricia here, who is part of our core group of meditators and normally is on our panel. So Patricia, do you have any questions for April? If not, I will ask April something.
Hold on just 1 second. I just have to turn my kettle that's starting to whistle. Hold on.
Okay.
I actually forgot that I put it up, so I'm sorry.
No worries.
The question that I would have, and we probably discussed it before, but maybe I need to ponder on it a little more about manifesting and what I'm manifesting or certain synchronicities. And it looks like I have either a wish or desire or just a thought or something, but then it manifests not exactly as I imagined or put it out in the universe. It's a version of it, but it's a version that I notice. It's close enough that I notice, but it's not the experience that everybody, has in the sense of, everybody, what I've been hearing and true manifesting, that it's actually what they wish or more, or even better in a sense. So example, you sent me medical medium is coming to East Coast. I really was thinking about it for a long time since he was in the Cafe Gratitude in the spring. And he is close enough. However, I can't get there because it's on Long Island. And it's like completely driving through it's like through the bridges and through the city. I am on the continent part of it. He is going to the heart of Long Island. And I used to live there, close enough on Long Island, but now I'm not. So yes, and it's amazing that he's coming, but we might as well be in, Poland, but I won't be able to make it. So it's just like those little things, This is just an example. It's other examples like that it's, again, close enough that it might have something to do with my desire or wish or manifesting, but it's the version that I can, in a sense, benefit from fully the way I was hoping.
So I'll give another example similar to that, Patricia. Last year, you kept saying he needs to, that you want like a lot of lottery money or something so that you could have grocery stores that was selling medical medium goods. And he started, and then restaurants, right? And the moment you had that thought, he started, Anthony William actually started this whole collaboration with a restaurant in California. Actually, he started it with what's the name? Erewhon. It's a really high-end grocery store in California, in Los Angeles, April. He started this collaboration where he started selling his smoothies, the heavy metal detox smoothie and smoothies at year one. And then he started this collaboration with this restaurant called Cafe Gratitude. But it is not Patricia owning a grocery store that is selling, like you wanted it to be a grocery store that you own, right? So what is that mismatch in, yeah, I desired something, it manifested, but it manifested in a different picture. Does that make sense, April, to you? Like you're asking for earrings, but it is not exactly, you got some kind of earrings, but not exactly the kind that you wanted. Did it make
Yeah.
sense? Did it make
Yeah,
sense?
I
What,
mean,
why
it
is there,
makes sense.
why is there a mismatch?
Hmm.
I'm gonna
Um,
tag everyone while y'all are talking, so give me a few minutes. Thank you.
so one thing could be not, so there's a couple different explanations. One could be that when you manifest, or when you're trying to manifest, um, you could not be being specific enough. So this example is used a lot when people are wanting to manifest a partner. Uh, it is to be very specific, or say you wanted to manifest a house. Um, what color do you want the house? How many windows do you want it to have? What kind of door do you want it to have? What shape? You want to be very, very specific in what you want to manifest. Otherwise, you will get something similar. It won't be exactly what you're looking for, but it'll be similar, right? That could be one of the things that's going on. The other thing is you want to also remember that we have the whole time lapse thing, right? So Monday and Tuesday, we're thinking really good, really positive. Tuesday, we kind of fall off. Wednesday, we're so. And then Friday, we're like, why is all this happening to me? I've been thinking good for a long time, right? So we have this time lapse thing too that we seem to forget about. When we're thinking really good and happy, we forgot about how we were thinking all last week. So that's another thing. Most of it is your belief system. Do you really feel like you deserve? Do you really feel like, you deserve these things that you're trying to manifest? Are you worthy of them? And there is a whole part of it of letting go and letting the universe manifest for you, which is, if the universe manifests for you, then it will show up in a different form. But that's not necessarily that you didn't get your manifestation. It's just not perfect, right? But the universe doesn't follow those perfect laws. It follows, one, where's your belief system at? Where's your energy at? And it also follows its own manifestation. So like the medical medium, for example, you wanted him to come to New York. He did. But you are also not the only person manifesting that. So you can look at it that way too, where there's numerous souls saying, hey, come to New York. So there's other energy involved in that manifestation. So he came. You can drive there. You're saying there's traffic, but you can still drive there. You can still get there. You just have to take half the day off of work, right? So the manifestation happened. There's probably a couple thousand other people that were saying, man, I wish he would come to New York. So you got that energy involved. He is in New York. You can get there. Or you can't get there because you can't drive there, or because you have to like take a boat, or you have to take a plane.
It's just very busy roads going through the bridges and met multiple highways, and it's so much traffic. I would not drive with my anxieties that, I have. I would have to ask someone to drive me, which I also did when I had to go to Newark Airport to pick up my cousins. I actually asked someone to drive me because I tried to imagine Dr. Joe's changing boxes and really like every day seeing myself, in the reality that I can do what hundreds of other people do, just get in the car and do it.
Mhm.
But it just didn't happen for me.
So
So
you just need to
there's
get somebody to drive you.
right,
Okay.
which has come to the point that I don't have people that I can go. But
Why?
because
You have Uber, you can always Uber yourself there, no matter what the price. I mean, how much price would you pay to see Eckhart? How much price would you pay to see Joe, Dr. Joe?
I mean,
Yeah.
taking
What-
Uber there, it's just like I think close to 3 hours one way. That would cost me so much money. I mean, right now it's tough
Mhm.
still for me.
So
So you're coming from a position of lack, Patricia, right there. Look at your body feeling. Right, April? Go ahead, April. I don't want to interrupt. Sorry.
so if you decide that it's not for you, or it doesn't fit financially, that's fine. And there is a reality. So I was just thinking about this the other day about Abraham Hicks, and I remember listening and watching her, and I remember a lady got up and said, so I listened to you and I listened to your tapes, and it told me to get in the flow and that I should just, trust the process. And so I spent all my money and didn't pay my bills, and now I have no money and I couldn't pay my bills. I was thinking about that the other day, that, we still have to have some rationale. You have to have rationale. You have to have logic. You can't spend your mortgage money on buying tickets and believing that the universe is going to just magically give you mortgage money. You do have to have some, because if all of your energy is not cleaned up and all of you and your being is not in a line, then you won't have mortgage money. And you will have spent it on something else, right? Does that mean that that couldn't happen? No, it could happen. You could buy something else and you could magically get mortgage money. That is true. But everything has to be in line. And then all of your speaking has to be in line. So when you talk, it is energy. Your throat is vibrating, your vocal cords, which is vibration. When you speak, you are sending out a vibration, a frequency. If you are speaking, I can't, I won't, it's not going to happen, that's the energy you're sending out. So we forget that your vocal cords are being vibrated, right, by the air and the way you move. So you're sending out that energy. And if everything isn't in a line, then things won't manifest. They won't work out. So your beliefs have to be in line. Your speech has to be in line. Your frequency needs to be in line. And then there's also this whole factor of it may not be. It may not be what's supposed to happen. Sometimes it's not the time to be. And that has happened with me frequently. There's numerous times where I've wanted to go see somebody, or I wanted to go to a retreat, or I wanted to go to this or that, and it just wasn't there. I either didn't have the money or I couldn't go on that time frame or something was not right. I didn't take it as, you know, like poor me or I can't go or something's bad. I just took it as it's not time yet. When it is time, it will fit, right? It will just fit. Um,
So in a
you
sense,
could,
it should be more of a effortless things, like out of the blue, something
no,
was meant to be versus I have
not
to now
always.
figure things out in order to fix that part of me being there. Because yeah, he's close enough, but then I still can't get there easily. Now I
It
have to
doesn't
figure
always
so many
happen out
things
of the
out.
blue. No, Patricia, it's not always going to happen out of the blue. Now, there are things that happen out of the blue. There are things where, they just kind of align and they're just magically there. And you're like, oh my God, wow, amazing. And then there are, synchronicities. Of course, we say that there is no such thing as coincidence. There are those things that happen. There are those things that magically line up. But most of the time, manifestation actually requires energy. It's an energy exchange. You cannot do like The Secret, the movie The Secret, and just sit on your couch and eat potato chips and money fall out of your ceiling. You can't do that. You're not going to get $1 million on your couch. Now, could that happen? Potentially, sure. Anything could happen. However, usually there's an energy exchange. And the part that was missing in the movie The Secret was the energy exchange part. You have to put forth some energy. It's equal exchange.
And where do I get that energy from? From meditation?
No. So if you wanted a job, you have to actually put out resume. You have to actually apply. You cannot sit on your couch and get a job. But people think I'm just going to manifest a job and then bam, it's going to just come and smack me in the face. Well, you have to put out your resume, right? Like you,
No, I get that.
the
I get that you have to
that's
do
the
something
energy
towards
exchange.
it. But what comes first? Because if I'm manifesting and I'm, like Poonam mentioned, if I'm still being in lack and like doubting myself if I deserve it, or even doubting universe, or you're showing me that I could do it, but it's still not the right way. So I'm still not there. So
Yeah.
it's
So you are not telling me that because I want to call him Michael Medium, medical medium, is 3
Anthony
hours
William.
away. I know, is 3 hours away. You're telling me that you decided that you manifested wrong. Is that what you're telling me?
yes, because it's still not easy for me to get there. And it's probably will not happen for me to get there. And I wanted to meet him. I actually initially had this. It's actually not even for me meeting him as much as seeing his products. When I used to go to supermarket, I had this vision. It's like how wonderful that would be that I don't have to worry and read labels on every product, or just having everything that would be to his liking, which is healthy for human beings. So I would just go to the store, grab the stuff. I imagine like big banners, big TV screens with him doing like cooking shows, or his like talks on social media that he does. And then underneath it have a bar with his juices. Like this whole experience I'm seeing.
Uh-huh.
So now,
That has nothing to do with your manifestation. That has nothing to do with your manifestation. So you just told me because I didn't get him to where he is a half hour away, then I manifested wrong. No, the universe said you and 2,000 other people want him in New York. Okay, we're going to put him here because this is the place that he was able to get to hold X amount of people for X amount of dollars. Has nothing to do with you. Right? So again, you have to stop adding yourself into everything.
Personalizing it.
Stop making it personal. You didn't manifest badly. You manifested, but there's other, it's like me in my life. There's other factors involved. Like I could try to manifest. However, I have so many people in my life. There's other things involved. I don't get to just manifest by myself because I have so many people in my life, right? But it has nothing to do with you. It's not that you're a bad manifester.
I
It
mean,
would
it's
just
okay
like,
if not, like, you know, Poonam, I love that example with her kitchen. She talks about it multiple times that she wanted that white, you know, kitchen and this similar that medical medium had, and here you go, she bought this house and it's exactly that. So in a sense, it was exactly what she imagined.
mm.
So obviously Poonam does much more work, spiritual work, much
So
longer.
you have found a
her
new
manifesta-
way to compare yourself to others.
Because it's
You have
there.
found
It's like
a
it
new way to
veins.
compare yourself to others and say, I'm not good enough. It's just another way. So instead of at work and everything else, you now are going to do it with this. Well, Poonam gets to manifest this white kitchen and I don't, so I'm bad. I don't manifest either, Patricia. I am not the best manifester. Let me tell you, I'm not. It's not my specialty. I have a best friend. She can manifest like you wouldn't believe. It is amazing. It's so amazing. And it turns out exactly the way that she like exact. Not me. That's not my thing. I know that. And I don't care. Don't care. Doesn't bring me down one bit. Don't care. I have a kid that can manifest too. Like it's amazing what they can do. It's not my specialty and I don't care. I don't think I'm bad. I'm not depressed about it. I'm not sad. I'm not thinking, oh, you know, no, I honestly don't care. It
Thank
does
you for that.
nothing.
Thank
It
you
does
for saying
nothing
that.
to my worth. Does zero to my worth.
Mhm.
I'm not a manifester. I do manifest, obviously. We are all manifesting every minute of the day, every second of the day. But am I that person that gets to envision it and bam, it's no, I'm not that person. And it's okay. So you have picked a new way to compare yourself and decide that you're not good enough. That is a habitual problem that you have, that many others have. Many other people have that problem. Stop comparing yourself to anything forever. Do not compare yourself to anything ever. Again, anybody who's watching this, anybody listening, do not ever compare yourself ever again to anything or anyone, ever. Ever.
Mm.
Ever.
What about that everybody around you, every person that you meet, it is your teacher. So if they're showing or teaching you by example and you want something, would you follow their path to kind of get where they got?
No.
So I have to.
Not necessarily.
So what I would say, Patricia, is first of all, him being 3 hours away is not a negative manifestation. Him being in New York, he's not in Culver City, Los Angeles, right? He's not in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, or he's not in Little Rock, Arkansas, where you have to get on a flight and get to him, right? The fact that you were able to manifest him so close where you can drive, you have the potential of being able to drive, right? If you didn't trust your car, like if I were you, I would get a rental car for that day. I would spend whatever money was required to get to him, right? Manifestation happens, you deny it. You tell the universe, no, I don't want this. Like in your saying that, no, he's 3 hours away and it is so difficult to, I cannot drive those in that emotional field, right? You're telling the universe, I know you manifested something that I wanted so badly, but I don't want it. I don't want this manifestation, is what you're saying in your language, in your body language, and the tone of your voice. So what is the universe going to do? She does not actually acknowledge her manifestations. Why am I going to manifest anything for her?
It's not what I mean, though.
That's the body language that I'm telling you, it's a vibrational. That's exactly what April is saying. It's a vibrational universe. The universe is not talking about the words that you're saying, or it is constantly monitoring the vibrational frequency of your body. The vibrational frequency of if your body says, I don't like the fact that he's 3 hours away and it is so difficult to get to him. I've told you time and time.
What is it happening? What comes first, my bad vibration or my reaction to the manifestation is right, but I'm then reacting it wrong. So where is the energy? Before that happened or after?
Like you're not acknowledging your manifestation. The fact that you manifested that, what I would do, like, so I wanted Dr. Joe I wanted to be at a Dr. Joe event very badly, right? Really, I really wanted to attend one of his events, right? And I was not going to, it was like time when we had COVID. I'm not vaccinated. So I didn't want to get on a flight and be with people, with a lot of people, right? So guess what? In year 2022, he announced that for the very first time, he announced Dr. Joe retreat in Dallas. How could I miss it? How could I miss it? No matter how far it was, how difficult it was, I acknowledged that manifestation. It was difficult for me. It was like really far away from my home, right? I had to, like the weekend before, I actually drove that whole, I'm like you, like new places, I don't know exactly where to go. So an hour, a week before, I went to that area and I made sure that I knew how to get to that place, right? Because I had to drive every day in the morning.
Plug in my computer. Keep talking.
Sure. So I had to drive to that place. I actually practiced first. Hey, how am I going to get there? Where is the parking? Where do I need to park? Where do I need to, how much payment do I need to do? And I put it all on my, it's not like I had money for that retreat. I put it on my credit card. I'm like, I am going to acknowledge the fact that I wanted Dr. Joe in Dallas. Once it happened, I'm going to acknowledge it. You are not acknowledging your manifestation. Does that make sense? When he, like, if I were you, if he was in Cafe Gratitude and he was putting out his recipes in Cafe Gratitude, I would have gotten a flight and actually acknowledged that particular this thing. And he's going to do a light blast event. You don't know how much healing he's going to bring. Like he said that he was going to do a light blast event at this Organic Crush, right? You're going to miss the light blast event. So what I would do is get your psyche correct, right? And go, this is my manifestation. I don't care how far it is. I don't care if I have to take 2 days off. I am going to figure out how to get there. It's actually at 5 o'clock in the evening, so you can start sometime in the morning and get there, right? And be there, and you'll get food that they're going to serve medical medium recipes, so you're not going to be troubled by what food are they going to serve. You can eat food there. You can be with him for a few hours, see him in person, get a book signed, get the Light
I
Blast
would
event.
love that. I would love that so much.
So you need, and I've told you before, right? This self-limiting belief that, oh, I don't know how to drive to places. I would overcome that belief. I would still, I have a limiting belief that I cannot drive to places. I'm just going to pick up a random place every weekend and just drive there. I'll just put it on my GPS. I'm going to drive it. I'm going to not go to the grocery. I'll give you a small example. I'm not going to use the same grocery store. I'm going to find a different grocery store. I'm going to find a Whole Foods or something, right? And I'm going to go drive to a new place just to overcome this. Our job in life is to overcome all our self-limiting beliefs. The day that you overcome the self-limiting belief that you are panic-stricken is the day that you overwrite that karmic accumulation. You are not overwriting it. You're not firing and wiring a new set of neurons. You're going back to your old self of being panic-stricken. How are you going to overcome that panic if you're not going to fire and wire a new set of neurons that say, I know how to drive. I've been driving in the US, 20, 30 years. I know how to drive wherever it is, whatever it is, I learned how to drive. I've driven in interstates. I've driven everywhere, right? Did you drive to your daughter's, you didn't drive to your daughter's graduation, right? So I would learn like everything. I would do it driving. You wouldn't believe it. So I did not drive on the interstate until 2003, right? 2004, I start to get into a job that requires me to travel, and I'm renting a car and driving in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, New Jersey with the jug handle U-turns. Like you cannot U-turn, you have to take the jug handle, right? I have no idea how to do a jug handle, but you have to go around Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'm traveling like the whole world. And I've just learned how to get on the interstate on 2003. It's a self-limiting belief. The moment you have that belief, you have to overcome it. And that's what this life is about, is overcoming all our limiting beliefs that are keeping our vibrational frequency to that low vibration. That self-limiting belief that you cannot drive, right? Instead of saying, I know how to put my thing in the GPS and get on the interstate and drive. It's interstate to interstate. I'm positive it's interstate to interstate and you get to New York. It's not that big a deal. It's not a bigger deal than what you're making out for it to be. You're attaching, and then you say, and then
everybody else, but I freeze and I don't want to cause an accident.
See,
I experienced that I had to pull over on the side of the road and was crying because I did not know what to do.
Okay, if you
do not want to feel ever again. And I don't know why it happened. It just, my whole body reacted in a way that I couldn't control.
But see, Patricia, like Dr. Jill says, right? When we have a traumatic event, right? The traumatic event puts like a picture into our mind, right? It puts an imprint on our mind, and our mind is frozen. Now we are stuck as the person. How many years has it been since that event happened? Tell me, how many years has it been since that year? 10 years? 15
Probably
years?
Around 17 years.
Okay, so you're frozen in the past for 17 years. You have not overcome that traumatic event. For 17 years, you have not fired and wired. You are not using his teachings properly.
It happened again. I was working for the other company when I got lost. It happened again when I work, 2 years ago. It's just, I try
So,
to put
so what
myself
if
in
you
the
get lost?
situation
Okay,
when I,
so what if you get lost? What, aren't you alive right now? You got lost. It's okay. Aren't you alive right now? Did you not find your way back? Did you not find your way back?
I had to call someone to help me out of that
Okay,
situation.
you called somebody and they helped you. Did you not find your way back?
Do you have someone to go with you to this event?
And try and get on Facebook and see if there's somebody in your area that is going, and maybe you can go with them. See if there's another medical medium person that is going from your area and get a ride, pay them.
You can do that too.
I could figure out, that's actually a good idea. I might make it like a day out of it with someone, even from work. There is this one lady that she loves adventures. So
Yeah, and your grocery store idea, I mean, you could potentially talk to a grocery store in your area and talk to Anthony's people, and you could get his products in the grocery store. Actually, that's something you could do. But I also am on the side, and Abraham Hicks talks about this, some other people talk about this, that if you eat something that's not necessarily completely wholesome and organic, it's more about the intention than it is the actual item. Right? If I eat something and I say, okay, that's it, I'm going to be sick, then I'm going to be sick. Not saying that you shouldn't eat healthy. I'm just saying it's more about the intention, the energy behind the action than it is the action. Right?
but I think with him the energy matches. His energy actually also believes, he never says that he's against people that eat meat, or it's like he just tells people to always choose for themselves and ask their doctor and whatever. So it is a absolutely free choice if you want to follow him or not. So if you make that choice, and believe that this is good for you, you'll do it.
But I
Right.
don't think that he sells lettuce.
Right, but what I'm saying is that it's not that this is his items, but this is something that he would be okay, like he would say, okay, fresh vegetables, fruits, but not
Because most people
fats,
don't
not
watch a
processed.
TV. They don't watch a TV in a grocery store. Because you're saying, oh, I wanted this TV to play, but people don't stop and watch TV in a grocery store.
It's not that they would watch it, but it would be him, talking about certain health stuff. So you would also not only just go and have just another grocery store that only is limited to healthy foods, but also the idea behind it. And
Yeah,
he
you're not
has
looking at a
even
grocery
very
store.
short
You're
ones.
looking at Patricia, that's not a grocery store. You're looking at a health food store.
Health
Right,
food
because
store,
I
that's like all the groceries in the health food store are medical medium approved. That's what she wants.
Yeah.
April,
Yeah.
you
It's
don't have
like a
to
health
think.
food.
Like if you took crackers, he already approved the crackers. If you took,
Right.
I'm positive there's
Yeah.
not going to be any meat because he doesn't recommend meat. But there'll be like salads. It's selling salads, and
So
like
it's
if
like
it's
a
selling
health food
sushi,
store. Yeah.
yeah.
Or you could have maybe a section in a regular grocery store that's his, maybe perhaps like this is his section, but it sounds like more of a health food store, which is completely doable. So the other thing is, like, if you're saying, if I found somebody and would I follow their teachings, and no, I'm not going to take one person and follow their teachings completely to the T, do absolutely everything they say, do it exactly their way. No, I'm not. Am I going to take their teachings and see what applies to me, my body, my energy, my soul? Yes. But am I going to follow it perfectly, almost obsessively? No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that with anyone. Why? Because I'm my own person. And what works for me works for me. And what works for me doesn't work for you. Each person has their own thing. Will I learn from each? Yes, I will. And will I try it? Yes, sure, I'll try it. But I will not strictly say I have to follow this person, everything they do. No, I'm not doing that.
So one of the things that last time when we were discussing this, right, I was talking about the fact that the universe is constantly listening to us. It's like the things that I have manifested are not something that I sat down in prayer and said, please God, let me have a grocery store that Anthony William, this thing, right? Things that I have manifested are like generally, like I'm watching him on doing his cooking, right? Facebook Live. And I'm watching him get things out of the drawers, watch him open the cabinet. And when I see it, the feeling and the emotional feel that I have is I would love to have cabinets that are like his, which are white, right? And the backsplash is white. I have that feeling, right? And April pointed this out last time we discussed this. There is no attachment whatsoever if I have white cabinets or not.
Right.
There's no attachment whether I'm going to have like the cooking surface that he has. There's no attachment. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, right? It's that kind of, that's why Eckhart Tolle says non-attachment, non-judgment, non-resistance are three qualities of enlightened living, right? Non-judgment, non-attachment, non-resistance. We have to constantly, and then April said that be very specific, right? Actually, Dr. Joe says, do not be specific. The reason being why Dr. Joe says do not be specific. Like if we say, I want a yellow Volkswagen buggy, I want a yellow, maybe the universe wants to give you a yellow Ferrari. But because you're focused on yellow Volkswagen buggy, you'll end up getting a Volkswagen buggy, right? So he says the universe wants to give you more than what you are expecting. Feel that unexpected feeling. What would it be like if I unexpectedly had a car? Like generally put like pictures of a car. Like the same thing with I had put a house on my Mind movie, right? It's just random pictures of some random houses. I was not attached to, oh, my house has to, you are getting very focused on, it has to exactly be how I'm imagining it. Like the grocery store has to be, I mean, be happy that he is actually doing this collaboration with Year One, which is your manifestation. That there's a grocery store, that's a grocery store in California. Now he's doing it with this Organic Crush. Maybe soon enough, more grocery stores around your neighborhood will pick up medical medium. Like it'll become such a fad that a lot more grocery stores, it'll become common in just like, you know, 1 minute you see something, like I have these crackers, which are almond flour and brown rice flour crackers, right? They'll be medical medium approved, but they're made in Texas. So this one particular grocery store that was available, right? But I've now moved away from that grocery store and I live like 48 miles away from that grocery store. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get the same crackers here. And then my son goes to Sprouts here in our neighborhood and he finds the crackers. Right? So it's something like that. Like things will just pop in. What we need to realize is this knowing of non-attachment. That I don't need to be attached to what I'm manifesting. And then when the manifestation happens, acknowledge it. Like when he says he's going to be in New York, I would acknowledge and make all my effort to be there in New York. That way you're acknowledging your first, that, okay, I manifested this, that he is, like, I want to meet Anthony William. How much did you want when he advertised Culver City, Los Angeles, that he was going to be in Culver City? How much did you want to be in Culver City, in Los Angeles, right? When he advertised that he was going to do this book signing and all that, be available at this Culver City location of Year One, how much did you want to be there? Now he's like 3 hours away, just 3 hours away. He's in the same state that you live in, right? And you're not acknowledging that, then the universe is going to say she does not acknowledge the manifestations.
It's not that I acknowledge it. You send it to me. I was not even aware of it. So that was amazing. But then you're right. I go right away, like April said, right away. Instead of appreciating it, I right away default to, oh, I must be not good enough because it's not
Exactly. And now you realize why things are not manifesting for you, because you go into
judging
people normally go into, oh, I'm not doing the right kind of manifestation, or instead of, like I told you, right, the moment Dr. Joe announced that there's going to be a retreat in Dallas, I kind of knew this is my manifestation. The fact that he advertised that, I mean, he had never done a retreat in Dallas, and suddenly how does he pick a city like Dallas and says that we have to acknowledge all these little manifestations, Patricia. Like, even if you say, okay, I'm going to drive and maybe I'll see a butterfly today, right? And if you see a butterfly today, acknowledge it. Or I'll see a flower today, and acknowledge it. If somebody gives you a flower, or you see a picture of a flower, or somebody talks about a flower, acknowledge, oh, yeah, my manifestation. I mean, the manifestation doesn't have to be millions of dollars. It's these little things when you start to acknowledge it and have gratitude. Gratitude is like one of the things April talked about last, and that's why I wanted to actually, it's a great thing that you brought this topic up, because I wanted to stress on the pointers that April gave last time we met. One of the things she said was gratitude. Right? I'm grateful that the universe listened to me, and actually Anthony William is like 4 hours away. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful that he has a grocery store like Organic Fresh. I actually want to go, even if it is 3.5 hours away, I want to go experience what it is to just be free and freely, instead of looking at the menu, asking them to remove certain vinegar and like dressing that may have vinegar, instead of asking 100 million questions, I can just go and just pick out things and eat them. Right? I don't even have to calculate, hey, is this on medical medium approved or not medical medium approved? Look what a free day I'm going to have if I go and eat there. Right?
Do you remember what I didn't even have a chance to check because you sent it to me during work and I was rushing here? Do you know when it is?
It's on 19th of September, I think.
And is that a weekday?
I don't know. You'll have to figure out.
Oh, okay, I'll check that.
I can check here real quick.
It's a Friday.
It's a Friday. So you can take Friday, Saturday. I mean, Saturday and Sunday, you're anyway off. But yeah, you can go on Friday. So I think April had brought up gratitude. So always remain in, like, the reason, the few things that I said that manifested, right? You have to realize, Patricia, like April is saying, right? Monday, you're on a high state. Tuesday, you're on a high state. Wednesday, you're going low, some things are going wrong. Wednesday, things are going wrong. My state remains like an elevated, every day I practice elevated emotions. Like throughout the day, I am in state of gratitude. Right? Like my past, I have nothing about my past draws me back into the past. It's like constantly, throughout the day, my state of being is one of service to even my coworkers. Leave alone being of service, like, okay, we are having group meditation and I'm hosting group meditation. That's another service, right? So you have to kind of like, what gives me the oxytocin level, raises my oxytocin level, which excretes nitric oxide, according to Dr. Joe. It's selfless giving. I would strongly recommend everyone, right, April? Like giving, selflessly giving is the highest way that you can be on this elevated emotional state. And it may be something like selfless giving is just picking up the phone and texting Josie and saying, hey, how are you doing? Are you still on your meditation track? Or texting you and saying, hey, do you want to remember to join the meditation? Whatever it may be. I mean, out of my busy day, out of my terribly busy day, I'm still taking a minute and being thoughtful about somebody and doing something for them. Right? How do you selflessly give every day? Who do you pick up the phone selflessly? No attachment that person should do something back for you. No attachment, and you're telling the person. That's why I pick up the phone and I go onto Messenger and make sure if Francesca said something. It's like a selfless giving. Like I'm acknowledging the person. I'm trying to encourage them. And it's not like one person. There are quite a few people that I take the time to actually message them and respond to them. Right? Inspire them. So selfless giving keeps us in that, try and figure out what will constantly put you in this state that I'm selflessly giving. Instead of taking from the universe, I am actually giving. One is you're helping us, right? By asking questions on so whenever you join the Facebook Live, like throughout the day, Wednesday, you should be going, my chance to selflessly give. Look at April. How many years has she been on the panel? All the other people dropped off. Caesar stopped coming. Kelly and Kelly stopped coming. April is like, look at her dedication. Like it's like unbelievable, unwavering dedication. She's still here.
Yeah, we're very grateful, April, that amongst your very crazy life, you still
I do have a
come
crazy
to
life.
help.
I do.
Right?
Yeah.
So selfless giving, and then this aspect of non-attachment, you cannot, if you focus on why I'm asking, I never, when I'm asking. It's just that in that elevated state throughout the day, I would go, oh, I wish my bathroom was not like this dark dungeon inside an apartment. I wish there was some kind of light in the bathroom. There was more light. Like the shower stall was so dark, like I couldn't even see like how I'm showering because of the way the lighting was in that, false lighting. It's like not enough. Like you need some kind of sunlight to actually give light into a bathroom. Like I would go because you're in an apartment and there's like a first floor balcony and your second floor. We were in the second floor, and the person in the first floor would always like grill some kind of meat or something. So there was always the smell of meat coming up in the air. Like after work, if I were to go outside into the balcony, there was like meat grilling, right? So I couldn't actually make use of my balcony. Now, the fact that, I mean, just asking the universe, hey, well, why can't I have like be able to step out of my backyard and be able to smell fresh air and all that, right? Just smell fresh air. So you'll realize, right, the house that I got is not actually the house I wanted. It's a house that the salesperson wanted to sell to me, and I said yes to it because the price had come down. It just so happens that this house, the lot that it is on, the back of my house faces a creek. So there's no house. You know, normally houses, when you buy, there's some house behind you.
Right.
Like the other person's backyard is against your backyard, or their houses to the left or right, or there's another house, right? Like you're looking at the back of the other house when you go in. My house faces a creek. When I open the backyard door, I'm like looking at this like open sky and open land. There's nothing. There's nothing. I mean, just look, and it's not like I desired, oh my God, I'm gonna die if I don't have like an open area. No, it was just a thought. The thought sends a signal out, and the emotional field, because I am in an elevated state throughout the day, the emotional field draws the experience. That is such an important pointer, that the emotional field, the highly elevated emotional field of gratitude, humility, is the one that will draw that experience to you. Right? So
So
measure.
do you actually like think I am grateful, or in just like appreciating the moment, and if it's beauty and abundance everywhere, you know, like,
Like,
or you actually have to like say thank you
no, I don't
for
say
things.
thank you. It's just internal gratitude, because like when like I said, right, when I go in the backyard, like just to see the expansive sky, that I can go in the backyard and smell like this country smell. It's not, I'm like away from the city, so it's not like the city smell of gasoline and all the
Right.
pollution that a big city smells, right?
I
I don't
mean,
get that smell. I get
my
like country smell.
example, right. My example was also just quick one more that, you know, I love swimming in the summer. And when I was growing up, we always would go for like 2 months because my father was able to, he had his business. So he was able to pause it and took us. So almost every day I used to swim in a lake or a river. I loved it. So when I came here, I just wanted, obviously there's no like rivers that I could go to, but I wanted to swim. So when I was living on Long Island, my mother-in-law had like a tiny round pool, but Julie was little then, so it was good for her to learn how to swim. But I couldn't really, you know, swim there. It's just like sitting in the water. But when we moved here, the first summer, the neighbor, I saw them constantly going out in like with swim stuff, and I was like, "Where you going?" "Oh, it's a town pool, and anybody can sign up for the pass, blah blah." So I did, and since then, for however 10 years, every summer, you know, I can't wait. I sign up for the pool pass and just go there for the summer because I love swimming in open when it's warm. I don't really enjoy that much going in the winter because if you like swimming, you can go. Like, I don't enjoy it. But in a sense, I always wanted to have a house with a pool. So now I live here, but I still use the pool, but it's not really my pool. You know what I mean? But I still enjoy and I love swimming there. So it's just I do feel grateful so much. And even during COVID, when our small pool was closed, we got transferred to it's a little further, like, no, the town over, but it was a huge pool. So I guess they didn't have that people too crowded there. So I still got my swimming through COVID. And obviously much less people signed up. So we were okay with that. And every year the universe provides me with that ability to just enjoy it, because it's not that I'm saying like thankful, but I am absolutely grateful and loving it to go there.
But just, you know, the gratitude needs to be like throughout, not just like, okay, I went swimming and my gratitude was for that swimming. I'm saying all day long. And I told you, right, like when I'm writing emails, when I'm all throughout my workday itself, I say I'm absolutely grateful for your help, or absolutely filled with gratitude. So I write the word gratitude probably like, if I responded to 40, 50 emails, I've written gratitude, the word gratitude like 50 times and said, I'm grateful. And even on the call, like when somebody helps me out, I say, I'm really grateful for it. Right?
Are you also grateful for negativity that someone is bringing? So you kind of just, because it's almost easy in a sense to be grateful, natural, for somebody else's good doings. But what if someone is actually kind of nasty or demanding? Or are you also grateful for that in a sense, or just what do you do then?
If they're negative, then you're, you know, what does Abraham Hicks say? Whose vibrational energy is going to dominate under the influence?
Mm.
Are you going to influence them, or you're going to allow them to influence you? Excuse me. So you are always going to influence them. So your high vibrational state, and that's why I'm saying, right, it's really important during the day, take half hour, 40 minutes away from the constant mental activity and like do breath work or meditation, so that you're coming back with that renewed energy, that high vibrational frequency. If people have withdrawn, like, you know, our field is 8 feet wide. If people have shrunk that 8 feet wide vibrational frequency, then you're bringing it back up to 8 feet by doing some meditation or doing some breath work, right? It's constant renewal. How do you renew your energy, April? And we'll end at that. Throughout the day.
Yeah. So it starts with becoming aware of your body. And most people, well, a lot of people who are especially on this journey, you are aware that your body is talking constantly. So you learn to have that relationship with your body where it is constantly sending you signals and telling you how you're feeling throughout the day. It truly is, the interface to the world, just universe. Somebody comes in, maybe they are a little grumpy. Your in world starts talking to you. It's feeling something, it's sensing something. That's your job to pay attention. So that's the first step, is building that relationship with your body, paying attention to the body, knowing what state it's in, knowing what energy it's in, what frequency it's in. Then you can therefore know when it's off, when it doesn't feel right. And we know when it doesn't feel it right anyways. Some people maybe are not, as connected to their body. So they're just like, I'm just grumpy, I'm just mad. No, your energy's off. So you learn to pay attention. Then when you notice the energy's off, then you do things such as take a break, go for a walk, go outside, go in a different room, listen to a meditation, listen to a podcast, put on a frequency. Maybe it's watch a funny movie. Maybe it's go make your smoothie. Maybe it's paint. You can do numerous things. For me, I use a lot of frequency. So hertz or frequency. I use a lot of meditation. I will go outside. I will go spend some time by myself. And every once in a while, I will watch either a movie or something that I know that I like. There's a particular movie. I find it funny. I find him very funny. It's called Monk. And I don't know if you've ever seen it. He's a detective, but he has like OCD. And to me, it's just very humorous to me that the things that he does. I don't know why it's funny to me. It just is. But I know that it's funny to me. Therefore, I will use it as a coping skill. So you use these things that you also know that help you to feel better, that are healthy, safe, you know. So those are the things that I do, but the biggest part of it is that internal dialogue that you have with yourself 24/7, talking to yourself, getting to know yourself, listening to what your body's saying. Most of us have a stress sign, and you need to learn your stress sign. So for me, my stress sign is actually sighing, which I didn't know that. My family actually knew it before I did, or my kids knew it before I did. And I would sigh, and they would say, well, what's wrong with you? And I'd be like, nothing, I'm fine. And they're like, nope, you're sighing. So I had to stop and go, oh, that's one of my signs that I'm stressed. So do you sigh? Do you clench your teeth? Do you clench your fist? Do you get a stomach ache? Do you get a headache? Do you get a neck ache? Figure out your sign. And then again, that internal dialogue starts. Oh, I'm stressed. I need to do something. Perhaps you can't do something at the moment. You're at work or whatnot. But then as soon as you can, go breathe, go take a breath, go for a walk, do a 5-minute meditation. But there's also in the moment. So lots of us have jobs. We can't always just leave. We have kids, we have whatever. You can make yourself take deep breaths. You can make yourself take deep breaths in the moment. You can remind yourself, I'm okay. It's okay. It's going to be okay. You can do that in the moment if you can't get away. Right? So emotional intelligence is more important than intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to handle things emotionally. Way more vital than intelligence. Not everything has to be acted upon or reacted upon instantaneously. We can learn to be okay in the moment, but make sure you do deal with that emotion later. Therefore, it is dealt with, it doesn't stay in the body. So the biggest thing I would say is get to know your body, your stress signs, listen to that internal dialogue, and then find some bigger coping skills, such as meditating for an hour, but also find some quick, small ones that work quickly, that you can use quickly. That's what I would do.
Incredibly amazing. Thank you so much, April. Eternally grateful to you for all your advice, insights, and wisdom, as always, right?
Yeah.
Always on point, always on point. Thank you for choosing your divinity over your humanity and being here. Grateful for both of you. And thank you for the question, Patricia. Make sure you go visit Anthony William and tell us, be there for us, for all of us, for Louise, for Francesca, for myself, for Danielle, all of us that follow Medical Medium. Please be there for us.
Someone to go